My name is Leonard. I live at 37 Jackson Avenue. Pardon my sloppy apparel. I was watching the proceedings on television and decided that I needed to come down so that my voice could be heard.
Yeah.
I believe that this community has certain things that you and some of you need to answer before any other discussion happens. And these are the things that I think you need to answer. Who on this side has a vested interest, either financial or otherwise, currently for this development or planned in the future for this development?
Yes.
Who on this group of people right here lives close enough to Veterans Memorial Parkway that you already know that there's a traffic jam on Veterans Memorial Parkway every morning and every night? We don't need a traffic study to tell us that that's only going to get worse. Who's going to tell us on this group right here, or anybody else out here who knows, when the other waterfront project is going to be installed? And I believe that that project should be brought to completion before anything is done on the other side of Veterans Memorial Parkway. And here's why I believe that. Forgiveness is easier to get than permission. The first purchasers of that parcel said they would do X. They found mitigating circumstances that said we can't do X, so we're going to have to change the plan and build the buildings higher. And then they ran out of money. And then the property was sold, and the same escalation has the potential to occur. Now, I've sat on boards of selectmen, and I know how this works. You put a plan in front of the people, and everybody goes, oh, that looks lovely. And then you decide there's mitigating issues on the property, and you need to build more stuff to compensate for those mitigating issues. And I don't want to see that happen. So we need to know ahead of time what that looks like. I also think that we deserve to know from you and anybody else here who knows how this folds into the Waterfront District project, including the proposed amphitheater and everything else that you have approved all along the 1 mile stretch of Veterans Memorial Parkway, which, by the way, I'm starting a new campaign, and I'm calling it No Veterans Memorial Parking Lot. Because that parkway is a parkway, not a parking lot, and it's becoming a parking lot. I think we have a right to know before anything else is done what the tax incentives are for this project. It's slated to be an $8 to $10 million project. Who's paying for it? Where is that money coming from? What does it mean to the taxpayers of Riverside? And I will echo that when Kettle Point went up, my taxes went up 25%. 25%. Okay, I'll try to run through very quickly. The other thing that is very obvious to me is how much development can this area absorb? You just keep cramming more stuff at us. You just keep cramming it full of stuff, and this area can't take all of this development all at once. You're not giving us a chance to breathe and absorb what you've already put in front of us that we didn't want to begin with. You also have not included any green space on the Veterans Memorial Parkway and the Lyon Avenue side of your project. You leave that as though you can build right up to the very edge of that property, and that to me seems unreasonable. I am not thrilled about having night parking lot lights down here. If you're going to put something big that requires night parking, no, that's unacceptable. We already have enough light pollution in this area.
Thank you, ma'am. Your 3 minutes is up.
Okay, I have one last thing. I want to say. Okay, we the people have a right and a will to vote for who we believe in. And if you don't make the right decision, we're going to vote you out. And as far as I'm concerned, Mr. Connolly, I used to be an advocate of yours. I am no longer. You will not get my vote to this charge.